Hey guys, I thought I would share with you just a really mini, as you can see it is mini, 2 book haul. I know some of you who like to follow my foodie type stuff are kind of really interested in this kind of thing, so I thought I'd share with you. So I don't very often go in shopping. I'm not a big shopper. I don't really enjoy shopping that much. But my parents were over recently and we went out shopping all together, and I happened to go into a Works and I saw both of these books in the Works. This one I didn't actually end up buying on the day though, this one I did. So this one is the Vegan on the Go, and this one was £7. It was obviously the Works in the UK is a lot cheaper than the retail price. That's £12.99, which is still not bad a price because a lot of cookbooks originally sort of retail at like 20 quid these days. Yeah, so I bought this one, and the reason I bought this is John and I, we are, well, as a family, we do really like to go on picnics and things. But for convenience and stuff, we tend to gravitate towards sandwiches, and I want to get away from eating a lot of bread. It's just something we want to do as a family, kind of get away from eating more bread and things. And I kind of fancied some inspiration for things that we could have basically on the go, like picnicky type stuff. And I mainly bought it because John said to me the other day something like, when we go camping, like we're going to like some wild areas of like Scotland and don't really know where you can necessarily buy like bread from. And John was like, what about wraps? You can buy them in those like steel packs and they last a couple of weeks. And I was like, yeah, wraps, that's a really good idea. And I was like, well, what do we put in a wraps? Like I've never really been a wrap eater. So I saw this book, and then I saw that it had got like some sandwiches and wraps in there, and I thought, yeah, I'll buy that then. But actually, it's a really nice book. I do really recommend it. It's a really nice book. As you can see, there's like, it's based around things that would be ideal for taking in a packed lunchbox. Like they've got like soups in here, salads, pasta salads, things as the title would suggest, obviously, things that you can eat on the go. The photography in here is amazing. I do like nice photography, if I'm honest. But these are lovely. Look, pesto and ricotta balls. I know I said about getting away from bread, but how nice would like that be with some nice like crusty ciabatta or something? It's absolutely awesome. So yeah, it's a really nice book, really beautiful photography. The recipes are pretty easy. They're not that complicated. I like the fact that you get like little tips as well on different ways of preparing them. So yeah, it's just really nice. We've got those different salads. These look really interesting. Never heard of these before, but it's basically, if you look at it, coconut chips, which you just kind of cook with other bits and pieces on. But to me, that sounds really nice. I hate the way that they call it bacon. I'm not really big on trying to substitute like meat things. I think they're just like standalone. Like I prefer those things like smoky coconut crisps kind of thing. Now, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against Americans. I like Americans. I have a lot of American friends. But in this country, well, it's very hard sometimes to find books that are English or written by British authors. And I'm going to be making this, by the way, tonight. Asparagus quiche. But the trouble is, when things, these days it's quite easy to translate because we use like grams and mils and all that kind of stuff, whereas American books tend to use like cup measurements. And I do have cups, so that's not so bad. But the problem with American books is sometimes you have to like translate the ingredients because, for example, like in American books, I've noticed like we say coriander, American books say cilantro. So that's good if you know what the differences are. But also, some of the ingredients are quite hard to find. Like I find it really hard to find Probably if you lived in a big city, it'd be all right. But where I am, I find it really hard. I haven't yet been able to find a source for seitan or tempeh. Whereas a lot of the American books tend to have like those ingredients in. So this is a British book. I'm making this the day after as well, aubergine schnitzel. So at least like, so this is a British book. So if you're in Britain, it's a British book. So everything is geared up ready for us. Like the terminology, the measurements, the ingredients, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, hopefully you're enjoying this little flip through. Photography is beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. I'm really happy with it, guys. I'm really, really happy with it. It's like sparked off some ideas for picnics and just other, like, you know, like the pastas and stuff you can just have at home anyway. Don't have to like pack them up or anything. So yeah, this one's really interesting. I've got this on my meal plan for this week. Banana in pasta salad. Sounds yummy. Panzano, my parents do that quite a lot. Obviously they live in Italy, so yeah. So that's that one. I thoroughly recommend. There were 3 books in the works that I really liked the look of. Though these were 2 of them, and then there was a 3rd one. I'm not exactly strapped for cash at the moment, so I literally only bought this one when we were there, and this one was in the works, and it was £8 in the works. And I came home and what I did is I made a note of the 2 books that I liked, and I went on Amazon and I added them to my wish list. But in doing so, I found that this one on Amazon was only £4, and I've got Prime, so it was free delivery. So I was like, £4. Do you know what? I'm gonna get it because the sod's law is it's gonna go up in price. So I bought it. This is a nice book. I do like it. I've made a couple of recipes from it already. It's like a pretty standard cookbook. So it's got like your breakfast, lunch, dinners, snacks, treats, that kind of setup as like most books do. It's a nice book. It's got nice photography in it. Not as nice as the Vegan on the Go, but it's got some nice photography. Massive section on cakes. I wouldn't necessarily say it's like groundbreaking, because a lot of the meals in here are just like kind of variants of recipes that are kind of in other books I've got, but there are a few different ones in here, and it's a nice book. And if you're looking at getting started with some vegan cookbooks, it's only £4 at the moment. So you can't really argue with that. The only downside to this book, really, for me is I try not to eat... John doesn't really like tofu. He's just really not into tofu, no matter how I cook it. And I tend to not buy corn if I can help it. We tend to have more like vegetables rather than corn. And a lot of the recipes in this book are quite corn heavy. I made this the other day. This was really nice. Mushroomy mac and cheese. A lot of the recipes in here are quite corn heavy, but the way it's kind of geared up, it's kind of, the way it's written like aimed at meat eaters or vegetarians who are ready to make that next step towards a vegan / plant-based diet. This I've also made and will be in a what I eat video coming next. So it's a good transitional book if you are a meat eater or a vegetarian and you want to go that next step, because she uses a lot of corn. So yeah, but it's a really nice book, and again though I do recommend it. It's just another nice book to have in the collection and to kind of, flick through for inspiration. I get bored sometimes of the same recipes and the same books. So it's nice to have a couple new ones in the collection, and I do go back and I use my books. Like my cookbooks are so precious to me. I love them and I love flicking through them. So yeah, there you go. I hope you enjoyed having a look at these two. the Feed Me Vegan and the Vegan on the Go. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.